A huge aquarium exploded inside a German hotel today, unleashing a tsunami of water which caused unbelievable maritime damage at a major tourist attraction. The 82-feet-high tank, located in the foyer of the Radisson Blu Hotel in central Berlin, burst at around 5:50 a.m., killing all of the 1,500 tropical fish housed in the aquarium. The explosion at the AquaDom aquarium unleashed 1 million liters of water into the lobby and cut off electricity in the hotel. 2 people were injured from glass shards and received treatment at hospital. There was speculation freezing temperatures overnight caused a crack in the glass tank, which then exploded under the weight of the water, but police said they are still investigating the cause. Now, efforts are underway to save an additional 400 to 500 smaller fish housed in aquariums underneath the lobby area. Without electricity, their tanks were not receiving the necessary oxygen for them to survive, officials said. Now it's about evacuating them quickly, Almut Neumann, a city official in charge of environmental issues for Berlin's Mitte district, told German news agency dpa. Various organizations, including the Berlin Zoo, offered to take in the surviving fish. The AquaDom was described as the biggest cylindrical tank in the world and held 1,500 tropical fish before the explosion. Among the 80 types of fish the main aquarium housed were blue tang and clownfish, 2 colorful species known from the animated film Finding Nemo. Unfortunately, none of the 1,500 fish could be saved, Berlin Mayor Franziska Giffey said. Giffey said the incident had unleashed a veritable tsunami of water, but the early morning timing had prevented far more injuries. Despite all the destruction, we were still very lucky, she said. We would have had terrible human damage had the aquarium burst even an hour later, once more people were awake and in the hotel and the surrounding area, she said. The explosion filled the hotel lobby with over 1 million liters of water. The leaking water reached the outside of the complex, prompting police to close a nearby street. There was speculation freezing temperatures that got down to -10 degrees Celsius, 14 F, overnight caused a crack in the acrylic glass tank, which then exploded under the weight of the water. Police said there was no evidence the incident resulted from an attack. Footage from inside the hotel showed extensive damage to the transparent aquarium, with only the frame still standing. Broken window panes and damaged furniture were scattered near the scene. More than 100 emergency workers and rescue dogs were deployed to search the building for anyone who might be trapped under the debris, Berlin's firefighting service said. The aquarium is damaged, water is leaking out. The situation is unclear at the moment, it said. 1 million liters of water and all the fish inside spilled onto the ground floor. German lawmaker Sandra Wieser, who was staying at the hotel when the aquarium burst, said she was woken up by a kind of shock wave. There was a slight tremor of the building and my first guess was an earthquake, she told the Berliner Morgenpost newspaper. There are shards of glass everywhere. The furniture, everything has been flooded with water, she said. It looks a bit like a war zone. The area where the aquarium once stood was now just dark and wet, she said, recalling how she saw one of those large parrotfish lying on the ground, frozen. Aquarium operator Sea Life said it was saddened by the incident and was trying to get more information about the incident from the owners of the AquaDom. Sea Life's own aquarium is located in the same building and visitors can tour it and the AquaDom on a single ticket. 2 people suffered injuries from glass splinters and had to be hospitalized, a spokesman from the Berlin Fire Department said. Witness Gwendolyn Siskowitz told German news channel NTV that she heard a loud bang and initially feared a bomb had exploded. Berlin police urged drivers to avoid the area, warning on Twitter that water is massively leaking from the aquarium onto the adjoining Karl Liebknecht Street. Emergency services were forced to shut a major road next to the complex that leads from Alexanderplatz toward the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin due to the large volume of water that had flooded out of the building. The tram service was also suspended. The road and the pavement outside the complex were littered with debris. Around 350 people who had been staying at the hotel in the complex were asked to pack their belongings and leave the building. Buses were sent to provide shelter for guests, police said on Twitter, as outside temperatures in Berlin stood around -7 degrees Celsius, 19.4 F. A drone was being used to survey the extent of the destruction, a fire service spokesman said. Police said a Lindt chocolate store and several restaurants in the same building complex, as well as an underground parking garage next to the hotel, sustained damage from the incident. A fire service spokesman said building safety experts were assessing the extent to which the hotel had sustained structural damage. Hours after the incident, trucks began clearing away the debris that had spilled out onto the street in front of the hotel. The cylindrical aquarium is located in the foyer of a Radisson Blu hotel and has a clear-walled elevator built inside that was used by visitors to the Sea Life Leisure Complex, which also has a hotel, shops and restaurants. Operators say the aquarium has the biggest cylindrical tank in the world and contained 1,500 tropical fish of 80 different species before the incident. The aquarium, which was last modernized in 2020 after being built in 2004, is a major tourist attraction in Berlin. The 10-minute elevator ride through the tank was one of the highlights.